You're listening to the SML Radio Show on Wave 96. I'm here tonight with Maddie Kae. Hello, Maddie.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. We've heard a couple of things through the grapevine that you're a new and upcoming artist in the music industry.
Apparently so. Yes, I am.
So, what are some things that you're excited about for 2013?
2013, I'm going to be recording 5 new songs, and I'm doing a music video to Shut Up and Kiss Me. And it's actually Zach Brown from the Zach Brown Band. His nephew is playing my boyfriend in the video, so
Whoa.
I'm kind of excited to meet their whole family and kind of get involved with that. So it'll be really fun.
And when's that start?
I'm leaving on Valentine's Day, so February 14th.
What a great day to meet your new boyfriend.
Oh, right, you know. So I'll be there for a little bit. I'm taking some time off from school and to do that, and then I'm going with my best friend, and then I'll be back there hopefully in June or May to finish up some more songs and go from there.
Wow, so you'd be pretty busy in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
How long have you been singing?
I've been singing since the 5th grade, and I'm a junior in high school now, so about 7 years.
Oh, well, that's not... And the thing is, you're just getting started too, right? I mean, singing for 7 years and you're just getting started.
You know, the funny thing is that I started out as an opera singer, and so I really started getting into country and pop music maybe 3 years ago. So
wow.
It's been like, it was tough at first to kind of, I don't know,
try to get away from the opera part of music and then actually getting into the singing part where there's more lyrics.
Yeah, it's kind of tough, and I mean, singing in English now is kind of a benefit because I sing Italian and French, and it's very awkward.
I don't think I've ever even seen opera, so I couldn't even probably imagine where you're coming from, but we'll let you explain that. So, who has been some of your top influences when it comes to your music, outside of music, inside of music?
Well, my grandmother, Betty Brooks, used to sing on the radio, and she was a model, she was a singer, she would paint all the time. I remember spending every single weekend at her house, and she would just always be in a good mood, always be singing, and when she passed away, it hit me hard because she got me into performing. She was the one who influenced me to step out of my box and be different.
Ah.
Yes, she wasn't the same like old type of grandma. She just was so bold in everything she did, and it influenced me to be bold. And if she had never pushed me to be in pageants, to compete in singing competitions, to just be my kind of person and not be who everybody else wanted me to be, I don't think I would have ever started singing. And so
I'm going to assume that's where your track Being Me comes in hand?
Actually...
Or is that actually a completely separate story?
That's a completely separate story.
All right. Well, viewers, if you didn't know, we actually play Maddie Kae's track Being Me daily on Wave 96. So, Maddie, what's the story behind that track then?
You know, being in high school, it's so hard to really stray from trying to be popular, trying to be like everybody else, listening to the same kind of music.
Basically, it's just everyone just goes with the flow, and no one's really being an individual. Right.
And, you know, I kind of looked at my situation, and I took a step back, and I was like, what? I was in my sociology class when kind of like the story of Being Me originated. And, you know, it was so difficult because we were asked, what's the biggest problem in our society? And honestly, everybody is the same. I looked at all of my friends, and, you know,
They're all the same type of people.
I asked my best friend, hey, do you want to go get some cookie dough at the grocery store with me and just eat it? It was 10 o'clock at night. Nobody's going to be at the grocery store, and she has to go put on makeup and has to go put on a cute outfit. And I honestly, I thought it was the most ridiculous thing in the world. Honestly, I
You just
feel
wanted to go get cookie dough.
right. It was just no big deal, and it really it hits me hard because I honestly feel like everybody should be their own person, and I don't feel like anybody should tell me what I should be. Nobody should tell me how to dress. Nobody should tell me how to talk, what to like, who to like. It should just be what you feel and
Fair
just
enough.
be who you are.
Makes sense. Well, good. Now, it's to my awareness also that that track is also being played outside the United States, correct?
It is. It's right now. It's hitting close in countries like the UK. I know it's big in Ireland.
Really?
Afghanistan really likes it, and my Polish listeners, because I am very Polish girl, very Polish family. I guess the people of Poland really like it
Well,
too.
I was gonna assume you were Polish, or at least you weren't. You had a foreign background. How do you actually say your last name?
The correct way to say it is actually Kraviec.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
We even
So
We even sat here at the station and tried to pronounce it, and we couldn't do it.
yeah, it's that's how you would say it in Poland. Here in school, people just know me as Maddie Krawick. So and I mean, it's so hard to spell. So people, it's just Maddie Kae. So
Okay, yes.
yeah.
Now back to the track being played outside of the United States. Would you consider that one of your biggest surprises within the music industry on how something just so simple like that ends up going worldwide, even if it is at a couple internet radio stations or in a certain country or a certain region?
It was a surprise. I remember my manager Taylor Morrison sending me an email saying that it had reached the top 100 in the UK, and I just sat there and looked at it, and I thought it should say the US, and I couldn't. I just sat. I emailed her back. I was like, "Do you mean the US?" She goes, "No, the UK." And
The UK likes their music.
they do. They have good music there. I will say that. And so, I mean, just to hear, I mean, Adele came out of the UK, and I know they're really good in. They really love classical music, and I mean,
Absolutely.
they love right now. Pop is really hitting hard in the UK, and so to be recognized in their pop industry, I was so surprised and so excited. It was just such an amazing feeling.
Well, good. Well, that's exciting for you. We were definitely happy when we saw that, and I think it was Taylor Morrison's page in which we actually saw that. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What are some of the things? Obviously, you spend a lot of time singing. So, what are some of the things outside of music and singing that you enjoy doing?
You know, every single morning when I wake up, I mean, music is all. We always listen to music. We always sing stuff like that. But as soon as I get out of bed and I'm in the shower, I play this track every single morning of demo warm-ups, and it just I'll do these warm-ups in the shower because the steam from the shower can really like loosen up your vocal cords and gets you ready for the day. And I have a vocal lesson twice a week, and usually it's for an hour and a half, where I work with Melissa Ellen, and she used to work with Jan Smith, who is the music teacher of Justin Bieber.
Oh,
And
wow. Small world.
yeah, seriously. But constantly, it's just constant playing tracks. I have two huge binders, and they're both, I think, 2-inch binders, and it's every single song that I've ever competed with, I've ever sang, I've ever done anything with, worked on with a vocal teacher, and I'll pick out 2 random songs every single day, be it country or rock or opera or classical, and I'll sing just 2 random songs and just work on them and work on really defining them, even if it's not what I'm going to be performing or what I'm working on at the moment. It keeps you up to date with what you have done in the past, and so it's just a constant. I'll never be perfect, and so I just work to be as best as I can every single day.
All right. Which famous artist or musicians do you admire, and why?
You know, I really admire Taylor Swift, only because I've heard her story so many times of the hardships in high school and how she was bullied. And, you know, I have to give her credit because it's not easy when you have so many people telling you you will never make it. And, I mean, she did it. The real she's the real deal, I feel, because she was the one who asked her mom to move to Nashville. She wrote all of her music. She showed up to record labels and handed them her demo. She had so much courage at 13, 14 years old, and it was just so inspiring to so many girls, and I just thought it was just purely amazing.
Her story is definitely very interesting. And do you feel like maybe your story kind of aligns with that and where some of your kind of where your music career is leading to, where she's maybe helped you come out with some courage to not be afraid to just sing and see what happens? I mean, obviously you with the track in the UK, I mean, that wasn't an expectation, and now that it's happened, it's like, well, if that can happen, what else could happen?
Right. I mean, she was definitely an inspiration because, I mean, even in high school, I've been told, "Oh yeah, you're not a real singer because you're not in choir." Okay, I'm not in choir.
The joy of being in high school. I remember those.
Right. And,
That's like saying you're not an athlete because you don't play football.
right. So, yeah, I'm not in choir, so I must not be a singer. Okay, no. Honestly, it is she. There have been some days where it's just I used to, in my everyday life, people just knew me as just Maddie, just some random girl, didn't really do anything, just kind of gets good grades in school and hangs out with her friends. But then it was the day that I showed up freshman year. I have to get this paper signed every single time I leave school for a long period of time, saying that I can go on these trips, and that you have to have a reason filled out. And my reason was I had an interview with Jason Davis in New York City, and all my teachers were like, "What is this for?" And I go, "I'm a singer," and I was recognized by the vice president of Capitol Records, and so I'm going in for an interview, and everybody, within 2 days, everybody in my school had heard about where I was going.
And now you're a singer, regardless that you're in choir.
And now I'm a singer girl, but I must not be a singer because I'm not in choir. However, my whole life, there's so many people in my school, I will say, who are so supportive and are so interested and really believe in me. There's just those few that just really understand.
That's the part of life right there.
Right.
Will always be the part of life. All right. Well, we'll move on to our last question here. With you being so young, what advice would you give someone who wants to attempt what you're doing but doesn't know how?
You know, honestly, I know people have said this over and over again, but you really just have to persevere. And if you don't practice, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to work hard for what you get. And honestly, from my perspective, you have to work hard in order to get what you deserve. Absolutely. I put in the time, I put in the commitment, and it's an everyday thing. I mean, I'm in FBLA mock trial, I swim for my high school, and I still am holding a 4.2 GPA. I do all these things and make time, at least 2 hours every single day, to work on my singing. And I feel like that's where the real gratification can come from, because I worked hard for this. And you will get some no's in life, and you will get some no's in the music industry, because it's never certain. But I mean, as long as you keep going at it, you will get there. And I feel you can't just put some videos on YouTube and hope you get noticed and we'll get
hope something goes viral. You have to keep at it and keep going. And
yeah, I mean, I feel like where my start really happened was I did vocal competitions. I have been doing vocal competitions for I don't even know how long, and I sang an Italian opera and it was entitled O Mio Babito Caro, and I sang it at a national competition. There were 800 competitors who were singing Taylor Swift. Others were singing Broadway, pop music.
Wow.
One guy was rapping, and they had all these dances. And here's this one girl. I was the only one who sang an opera, and I won out of 800, and that's where I got my start. That's how I got discovered, because you have to take chances. You have to put yourself out there. You have to take a risk, and you have to show them what you can do. Singing a Taylor Swift song, I love the story. She is so successful. But in order to show that you can sing, you have to sing. You have to do something that's outside of the box.
Absolutely.
So you just have to put yourself out there and be different.
Well, we wish you the best. Now, before we let you go, is there any web pages or websites that you want to have our listeners acknowledge of, to where maybe they can find your tracks? Do you have a Reverb page? Do you Twitter, Facebook, or just a normal web page?
I do. I have my own website, and it's just MaddieKae.com. I'm also on Reverb Nation. I'm on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook, and pretty soon you're on YouTube, and these videos will get posted to my Facebook page and my Twitter page. We're going to be doing a day in the life of Maddie Kae, and now that I'm going to be in Nashville, we're going to record every single day, everything I do, from when I wake up in the morning with bed hair to my trip to Vanderbilt University, just going out to dinner with Lance McGonigal and my friend Leah, just everything. It's going to be everything I do. It's going to capture everything, and it'll be so amazing. And so you can find when my music will be uploaded on iTunes and all that kind of stuff on everything.
Alrighty then. Well, good. All right, Maddie Kae, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Obviously, good luck for the year 2013. Hopefully you can make the best of it and see where it takes you.
Thank you so, so much.
You're welcome. You have a good evening.
You too.